What if I told you the United States could be preparing to annex a European territory, and not just any territory, but Greenland? Sounds crazy, right? Well, it's not science fiction. It's real, it's political, and it's potentially the biggest power play in the Arctic since the Cold War. Donald Trump has reignited a global controversy, and you won't believe how far he's willing to go to take control of the world's largest island. In today's video, we are diving deep into the Trump administration's not-so-secret plan to buy, or rather, annex, Greenland. This is no joke. This isn't satire. This is an unfolding geopolitical strategy that could completely reshape US foreign policy, Arctic military power, and the future of global diplomacy. Stay with us until the end, because what's happening in Greenland isn't just about territory, it's about dominance, strategy, and survival. Let's rewind. Back in 2019, headlines exploded with reports that President Trump had floated the idea of buying Greenland. The world laughed. Memes flooded social media. Danish officials said, "Greenland is not for sale." But Trump wasn't joking. He believed, and still believes, that Greenland holds the key to securing America's long-term strategic interests in the Arctic. And now, in 2025, that idea is back, with a vengeance. According to reports, Trump's inner circle is actively exploring how to gain full control over Greenland, by winning the hearts and minds of the Greenlandic people themselves. The pitch? Nearly $10,000 a year in direct payments to every Greenlander. Yes, you heard that right. Every single person would get what some are calling a sovereignty bonus. Imagine being offered a five-figure paycheck every year, just for switching political alliances. That's what the Trump administration is reportedly considering, and it's designed to tip the scales away from Denmark and toward Washington. It would supplement the $600 million Denmark already spends in subsidies, effectively outbidding them for loyalty. This isn't just about cash. It's about control. Greenland is technically a self-governing territory, but it remains part of the Kingdom of Denmark. It controls its domestic affairs, but Copenhagen still manages foreign relations and defense. Trump wants to flip that power structure on its head, bringing Greenland fully under American authority, especially its military command. Why now? Because the Arctic is heating up, literally and politically. Melting ice caps are opening up new shipping routes and exposing previously untapped natural resources. That means oil, gas, and rare earth minerals. And guess who else is circling? Russia and China. Beijing has already dubbed Greenland a critical node in its Arctic Polar Silk Road. Moscow has ramped up military operations in the region. For Trump, this is not just about prestige, it's about preventing an Arctic power vacuum that the US can't afford to ignore. The military angle is massive. The United States already maintains Patuxent Space Base in northwestern Greenland. It's a crucial radar station and satellite communications hub, strategically positioned between North America and Europe. Vice President J.D. Vance visited the base just last month, shaking hands with service members and warning that Greenland is not safe from foreign influence. What was supposed to be a routine diplomatic visit has now been interpreted as something far more significant, a soft rollout of a controversial plan. Trump's team is laying the groundwork, meeting with Greenlandic leaders, conducting behind-the-scenes polling, and testing the waters with economic incentives that some have described as bribes in broad daylight. Critics say this is a violation of international norms, calling it colonialism 2.0. But Trump supporters argue that it's a fair deal, more money, better protection, and stronger infrastructure under US oversight. The administration believes that with enough local buy-in, they can bypass Denmark entirely, essentially creating a new referendum on Greenlandic sovereignty. But will the people of Greenland actually go for it? That's the billion-dollar question. Many Greenlanders cherish their cultural and political autonomy. Some dream of full independence, not trading one ruling power for another. But others see the writing on the wall. Denmark's support is generous, but limited. The US could offer more, faster internet, modern hospitals, expanded airports, and economic development that Denmark has struggled to deliver. It's a tug-of-war between tradition and transformation. And let's not forget, Greenland only has a population of about 56,000 people. That makes the island highly vulnerable to external influence. If even a fraction of the population is swayed by Trump's deal, it could trigger a domino effect that leads to a full shift in allegiance. Meanwhile, Denmark is furious. Officials in Copenhagen have accused the US of undermining their sovereignty and meddling in internal affairs. Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen has warned that such moves could fracture long-standing alliances between NATO members. She called the rumored payment plan an affront to democratic values, suggesting that buying loyalty is not the same as earning it. But Trump has never been one to back down from controversy. He insists that Greenland would be safer and more prosperous under American leadership. He's already secured support from key Republican lawmakers, and conservative think tanks are backing the plan with white papers and policy proposals. There's even speculation that if this strategy succeeds, it could be used as a template for future geopolitical acquisitions. Could we be looking at a 21st century revival of territorial expansion? Trump's critics say this is dangerous, destabilizing, and legally murky. But his base? They are fired up, seeing this as a bold return to American greatness. The implications of this move go far beyond Greenland. It could change how territories around the world view US power, and what it means to align with Washington instead of traditional European powers. It's not just a territorial debate, it's a new Cold War in the ice-covered north. And there's more. Climate scientists warn that Greenland's natural resources are becoming increasingly important to the global economy. Rare earth elements used in smartphones, electric vehicles, and military tech are buried under Greenland's ice. Whoever controls the land controls the future. This could be one of the most consequential geopolitical maneuvers of the 21st century. And if Trump gets his way, Greenland may soon be flying stars and stripes, changing the Arctic, the Atlantic, and the entire global order in one bold move. So, will Trump really be able to buy Greenland? Or is this all just another political stunt? That's what everyone wants to know. But with negotiations ramping up, military visits increasing, and local outreach already underway, this story is far from over. What do you think? Should Greenland accept Trump's offer? Would it be better off with American funding and military protection? Or is this just the beginning of a bigger power grab? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This is going to be one of the hottest debates of the year. And make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into what's happening in Washington, Beijing, and beyond. Because when world powers start drawing new borders, history is being written in real time.